Now batting with the Collegians, the center fielder, Kelby Richardson.
Happy 4th of July and welcome back to Boulder, Colorado, where the Boulder Collegians take on the Colorado Cyclones here in their second game of this Independence Day in 2019. Welcome to Scott Carpenter Park, everybody. Ethan Jordan alongside Jack Carlo. Coming at you just a little late due to some weather concerns. As you can see, the rain, it's coming down, and it's coming down pretty good. We had to get all our cameras and other various equipment covered up so they didn't get ruined and we could bring you this entire game. As it is, 3-0 Boulder here in the top of the first inning. As Kelby Richardson, the batter, 2 away in the inning, 1-2 on Richardson. The Collegians scored thanks to a couple of walks. Brendan Roselle walked, stole second base, reached third base on an error, and then on a ground out from Connor Kosteka as Richardson sends one to left. This one is way back, and this one is gone. Kelby Richardson, a frozen rope out to left field off the ivy, and it's 4-0 Boulder. Back-to-back home runs for the Collegians. The one you missed, Nick Arrivo, a 2-run shot out to right field in the previous at-bat. It's a big lead already here for the Collegians.
Brings up number 9.
The rain really coming down here in Boulder. Blue skies on the horizon, however, so they decided to start play and hope it cleared up. Kicks Farrell takes strike one. But once again, catch you up. Roselle scored on the ground ball. In between him and that ground ball, Chris Jimenez walked. He got thrown out trying to go between second and third on that play that Roselle scored on. Hunter Hudson walked. Then Nick Arrivo drove him in with the home run. And you just saw the Kelby Richardson home run. The 0-2, ground ball foul from Kix Farrell. The hope is that this rain clears away in time for the fireworks, which are slated to begin at Folsom Field at 9:30. Next offering to Farrell. Called strike 3. Bit of a late call there. Farrell didn't like it, but he's back to the dugout. Go get dry for just a moment before heading out to the field. 4-0 Boulder. Uh-oh. And on your firework you hear in the distance. Kicks Farrell and the umpire having words still. And did he toss him? I didn't see. And, well, just based on how angry Farrell is, I think he might have thrown him out of the ball game. Kicks had a couple things to say as he walked away from the plate, but it was nothing more than that. We'll have to see. We'll take a break. 4-0 Boulder on to the bottom of the first here at Scott Carpenter Park. All right, well, there it is. We're in a rain delay here in Boulder. Update, Kix Farrell has been thrown out of this ball game. So Kix Farrell ejected for arguing balls and strikes to end that inning. Pretty quick trigger if you ask me, but who knows what he said down there. 4-0 Boulder. We will step aside for about 10-15 minutes as we try and let this weather pass. There are blue skies on the horizon to our right here from the press box, so we hope those are on their way here to Scott Carpenter Park. Boulder Collegians taking a 4-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Turner Davis on to replace Kix Farrell. They're getting the tarps out on the field. We will step aside. So enjoy a beer, maybe a hot dog, something like that on your 4th of July. We'll have baseball for you back here in about 15 minutes. Until then, we'll talk to you. Well, the rain has stopped here in Boulder. As you have a look inside the press box, a lot of folks up here trying to keep dry. But the bad news is, though the rain has slowed down a good margin, this field is about as unplayable as it gets. There are puddles at third base, first base, shortstop, second base, you name it. Everywhere where there's not a tarp. So, as far as we know, they've called this baseball game here on the 4th of July. That appears to be what they've done. So, well, the Collegians had a nice first inning of play. They got to swing it for a little while, but other than that, I think that's going to bring things to a close here in Boulder. Collegians will be back in action tomorrow. They'll have a league game against the Colorado Sox. It's either them or the Game Day Saints. Let's see. They play one of them tomorrow and the other Saturday. Let me double check for you. They play the Saints tomorrow, and then they play the Saints tomorrow, and then they'll play the Sox on Saturday. So, well, you've got fans out here yelling, "Play ball." And that would take an awful lot of quick dry in order to make that happen. So, the players are still in the dugout. We'll hang out with you for just one more moment. Look inside our broadcast booth, Ethan Jordan and Jack Carlo. I'm pretty sure they've called this, right, Jack? We haven't heard an official word, but look at the field.
Yeah, it's definitely a kind of a safety hazard at this point. There's a huge puddle at third base. I just don't think it's safe or smart to play. And it's a tournament game, too. It's not a league game. Not even sure if this will be resumed.
No, I'm sure this one will just be taken off the schedule. Yeah, I want to keep this field in good shape for tomorrow, 6 o'clock tomorrow. Game Day Saints and the Boulder Collegians as the Collegians look to climb the league standings a little bit. They've only got 2 more league games left. They've got the one tomorrow and then the one on Saturday. Then they head to Kansas for a slate of 6 games. Come back. They play the Sterling Express twice. And then all of a sudden it's time for the RMBL playoffs. So, well, we'll try and work the field a little bit, try and get it dried off a bit before tomorrow, but that, I believe, will be when we talk to you again. So for Jack Carlo and our producer-engineer Mitch Sanchez, I'm Ethan Jordan saying so long from Boulder. Rain out here in the second game of the day on the 4th of July. And we enjoy the fireworks if there are any in your area. Hopefully the weather stays away for you. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.